My name is Angela Bailey. I'm an African-American woman living here in America. I am the founder of a nonprofit organization, Urban Reflections Incorporated. The organization is dedicated to empowering at-risk youth, preferably girls, ages 8 to 18, living in underserved communities throughout Florida.
So, how does it come that you come to work with young girls?
The reason I started my organization is because I grew up in a very underserved communities. Inner city, we grew up extremely poor, and there were not a lot of resources and support within my family to assist me, with minor things like getting off to college and learning more about myself as a young woman. So after I graduated from college, Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, I decided to go back home and create an organization that taught young girls about life, character development, how to believe in themselves and have confidence in themselves. It is my belief that if a young woman is confident within herself, that she will not engage in, destructive behaviors. She's not going to become pregnant as a teenager. She's not going to associate herself with negative people that don't support her vision and her dreams.
Mm-hmm. What kind of tool do you use to help those young girls?
Wow, I use my story to motivate them. I use my story to encourage them, because I share with them things that I went through as a young woman. Being sent off to college my freshman year, I remember my mother giving me $30. It was all that she had, and she assumed that it would be enough to take care of me for 3 months. She had no idea that college was going to cost more than that. I couldn't, for the life of me, tell her that those $30 wouldn't last 2 hours away from home, but I just immediately started working when I got off to college, and I made things work for myself. So I use my story to encourage them. If I can make it, I'm sure I let them know they can make it as well.
Why is it important for you to inspire those other girls?
Well, it's important to me to inspire those girls because they are the future. As corny as it sounds, I believe that those girls are my family. They're my sisters. It is important to me that they have everything they need to try to be successful in the world. I think it's my duty, it's my calling. I know that it is my calling in life to help other people. And it is important to me because, in my opinion, eventually all of us will pay. If we don't invest in our children, we will all eventually pay the price. So in order to cut down on violence, to cut down on suicides and murders and all these bad things that happen, I feel that helping one girl can change the world.
And so, what is your idea of happiness?
That's a good one. Well, it's hard to put into words. Happiness is an inside job. I do realize what happy is for me is not the same as someone else. For me, it's being at peace and and comfortable in my own skin. It's showing gratitude for the small things, being able to have the use of both of my legs, being able to see things, be able to hear things. That is happiness for me, feeling good about who I am on the inside.
Is makeup important for a woman?
No, makeup like clothing is just icing on the cake, I shall say. I use makeup and fashion to kind of express myself, but I don't think that all women have that desire. My philosophy is, if you don't have the desire to wear makeup or to wear funky clothing, then you shouldn't. Simply live in your truth, be unique and genuine and authentic with yourself first, and however way you feel that you want to express yourself, then do that. But I don't think that makeup is important for all women, and it's definitely not an important thing in my life. It's very minor. It's icing on the cake, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that relationship between women and men are balanced?
They should be balanced, but they never are. Never, ever, ever, ever are they. I think that when you find two people that are content with themselves, and that are at peace with themselves, and that have some kind of spiritual aspect in their lives, I think they have a better chance of finding happiness. But here in America, I can say that we're all too caught up with material things. We're all too caught up with what these age-old ideas of what love should look like. So we miss the point. It comes from the inside again. You have to reflect it. And I believe that you are what you attract. So I've never had a problem with relationships at all, because If it works for me, then I stay. If it doesn't, then I go. It's just that simple.
Do you think that women in America are free about their sexuality?
Yes, they are. Some would say they have a little too much freedom with it. I guess, like with anything, too much of one thing can be, a bit of a problem at times. But for the most part, yes, they are free.
Do you have anything to say if you would come to Europe? What would be your message if you have a message?
Well, my thing is, my vision for the world is for us all, especially women, to support one another more. I think that we can do a lot if we stick together. And I think, especially here in America, we have a tendency to compete way too much. And I think that we lose sight of what's important. I believe in sisters supporting one another. And I believe that women in Europe are my sisters, women in Africa, all over the world, they're my sisters. So I have the same message for everybody, I think. I think we should all stick together, learn to love each other more.